Dear students of class 8, A and B, today's teaching, the French Revolution and some of the parts, some points mentioned in the chart as per this chart, and these points I am going to clarify. In my previous class I taught you about the economic crisis of France. What were the causes? The French king faced some problems which also led to a life of economic distress in the country. I discussed in my previous class. Today I am going to discuss you about this point, corrupt government, religious intolerance, outbreak of the revolution. First one, corrupt government. What is corrupt government? How was it formed? In every country, whenever an autocratic rule is established under an autocratic ruler, the government automatically becomes corrupt. In the case of France, we saw it that under the rule of Louis XVI, who was basically a corrupt ruler, who was basically an autocratic ruler, he introduced the system which affected the interest of the people, which harmed the sentiments of the common people. That's why the government automatically became a corrupt one. Due to inefficient government and corrupt government, the administrative officials were not bothered about the welfare of the peasantry. This enraged and displeased the common folk. Common people decided to organize a movement against the ruler of France. Besides, another point is very important. That is, religious intolerance. The church also had a role to play. The church had established its influence over the country. The head of the church, Pope, declared all the properties to be the properties of the church, and the common people had no access to their own field. In spite of being owner of field, they had to surrender their lands for the church. So church and its influence, clergymen made money. Clergymen distorted the principles of Christianity to gain control over the masses. Naturally, the revolutionary activities of the people started due to anti-church attitude. Anti-God movement became another factor that led to the revolution. Next one, influence of the philosophers. In my previous class, I taught you about the names of and contributions of the three important philosophers of France. Who were they? Number one, Montesquieu. Second one, Rousseau. And third one, Voltaire. They wrote a number of articles and encouraged the people of France. The people of France came under the control of their leader. The articles they wrote also encouraged them, and hence the common people organized revolt, movement, agitation against the oppressive rule of the ruler. Inequality, corruption, injustice done to them also paved the way of revolution. Clergymen made money. On the contrary, the common people had no access to earn money. They had no scope to earn money, to make money. That's why their condition became very miserable. There is this revolutionary thought and ideas encourage the third estate to fight for their rights. And now the outbreak of the revolution. The outbreak of the revolution. Next point, the outbreak of the revolution. What is the outbreak of the revolution? The summoning of the Estates General. The French government was on the verge of bankruptcy. And that's why Louis XVI summoned a meeting of the Estates General to impose new taxes. The Estates General was a body of people represented by each estate. And they demanded every estate had one vote in the body. Every estate. The Estates General was a body of people represented by each estate. Every estate had one vote in the body. The third estate took this opportunity to put forth their grievances. Third estate from the very beginning had been fighting against that system introduced against their interest. They demanded their vote. They had demanded their voting right. But at the time when the Estates General was called by Louis XVI, demanding a body of people, demanding every estate had one vote, the third estate also demanded each vote for each person, one man and one vote. The idea, they helped them to press the demand, new demand, one man is equal to one vote. That means they decided to establish their democratic rights, and hence initially the Estates General had one vote, one estate as its policy. Later on 17 June 1789, the Third Estate formed a National Assembly and demanded that policy should be changed to one man, one vote. That idea they gained from where? From the Estates General Conference or meetings. Hence, the first and second estates were against the formation of a National Assembly, and the demand for it was overruled. One man, one vote, the demand whatever they placed who? The third estate, it was refused, it was declined, it was denounced, it was criticized. By whom? It was criticized by the first and second estates, who already had made money and became rich and prosperous in the country. They condemned their rights and they overruled it. By the year 1789, 20th June, the members of the Third Estate met at Tennis Court in Versailles to take an oath to separate till a new constitution. And while conducting that meeting, they all decided to organize the seminar and meeting by inviting all group of people. So people of France, they all met there to hear their leaders' speeches, and hence the Tennis Court oath had become a historic one. The king declared the decision of the National Assembly invalid and dismissed the members of the Third Estate, which led to nationwide dissent. So the result of Tennis Court oath also was against the system of the old imperial law of Louis XVI. That's why Louis XVI declared the decision of the National Assembly invalid and dismissed the members of the Third Estate from there. Now the storming of the Bastille, you know, here one place is there, backside of Bastille Fort, one door is there depicted here. What is the importance of this door? From this door, through this door, the Emperor of France, Louis XVI, along with his wife, Marie Antoinette, tried to escape by utilizing the back door of the vast palace. But as soon as they came out of the door, they were captured by the common people of France, and last of all, they were guillotined. Both of them, the king Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette, were guillotined, and their lives were ended. So this is the back door of the vast palace of Louis XVI. Now, storming of the Bastille. You know what is Bastille? Bastille is Bastille is a fort. Actually, Bastille is known as a jail where war prisoners were imprisoned. So the revolutionaries reached the main gate of Bastille in the year 1789. They broke the main gate of the Bastille and set free all the war prisoners from there. They all came out of the Bastille fort and joined the revolutionaries and raised the flag, the independent flag of France in the year 1789. The day when the flag was raised in front of the main gate of the Bastille fort, the day became a historic day in the history of not only France, my dear students, but in the history of the whole world. The people of the whole world were awakened. Those who were under the autocratic rule, under the autocratic rulers of different countries of the world, they were determined to overthrow the rule of the autocratic rule of their respective rulers. It witnessed a remarkable era in the history of mankind. The French Revolution showed the pathway of establishing a new concept, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The Bastille Fort also had become a symbol of protest, symbol of agitation, symbol of revolution. The French Revolution took place in the year 1789, my dear students. And the event symbolized the fall of monarchy and marked the beginning of the French Revolution. Presently, the day of the storming is celebrated as a national holiday in France. Why? Because on that very day, the war prisoners came out of the jail. They joined the revolutionaries. They raised the first independent flag of France in front of the main gate of the jail. And ultimately, the French Revolution took place in France, my dear students. A remarkable day, a historic day, witness a new era. The rule of the people, for the people, by the people. And the people were able to overthrow the rule of Louis XVI. So the rule of Louis XVI came to an end, and the rule of the people, for the people, by the people, that concept was established in France. Besides, another point is there. This was the state prison for political prisoners. Which one? The Bastille Fort. Bastille Fort, the execution of King Louis XVI, public using the guillotine. The time when Louis XVI, while living the vast palace with his wife Marie Antoinette, was captured by the common people of France. They were produced before the guillotine. That very device, once Louis XVI introduced, and one by one they were guillotined. First Louis XVI was guillotined, and after the death of Louis XVI, 4 or 6 months later, his wife Marie Antoinette was guillotined. So the autocratic rule of Louis XVI came to an end, and France was declared a republic, a democratic country, and the concept, the basic ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity became the principles of the Republic of France. This is the reason France also had become a great center of, Renaissance, great center of art, great center of protest, great center of agitation by the common people, only because of the contributions of the distinguished political reformers of France, political philosophers of France, Montesquieu, Rousseau, and Voltaire. And then the French Revolution was taken place and ultimately became a great symbol of mankind, symbol of protest for mankind, for establishing the right of the people throughout, not only France, throughout the whole world. Up to this today, my dear students, next day, the remaining part of this lesson will be revised, and then next week onwards, I shall start teaching a new lesson. Thank you, my dear students.